Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to this segment of my YouTube channel. This is where I come out to break down charts, show you how I analyze the chart, and possibly how I take my entries. And at the same time, I show you trades that I've taken for the week and possibly trades to take this coming week as well. And, just the course of 1 week analysis. So, here in front of us is card JPY. You know how we do, we come up to the weekly time frame to look at the overall trend, which is uptrend. And when we see any opportunities on any pair, we move it to the top side of the watch list, just like I did to GBP USD. So you guys know how we do it. All right, we're not going to waste much time here. Real quick, this is what I spotted on GBP USD that made me move it to the top. We're expecting a weekly head and shoulder pattern to be formed on GBP USD. If you are not following us, I strongly suggest you subscribe and turn on the bell notifications that you don't miss analysis like this. We've done an analysis on GBP USD previously, and we've seen the head and shoulder pattern that want to form on the weekly time frame. So we want to take advantage. We want to take advantage of the uptrend, to form the complete right shoulder on the weekly time frame. So that's what we're working on right now. As you can see, we're just mapping out areas where we expect price to change character. Then we start looking out for buys. So just setting out these lines. That's I think that was the previous high. So we are waiting for price to take out that high. Then we start looking for buys to the upside, just to complete the right shoulder. Like I told you guys, we've gotten the liquidity sweep. So that's the last high right there. So once price takes it out, pull back into our golden zone, we'll be looking for entries. You guys know how we do it. It's not anything new, unless you are just joining us for the first time, which you are highly welcome. All right, you are highly welcome. Just do what to smash the subscribe button so that you won't be new to our analysis. And go check out, I've set out a complete playlist, my Forex course complete playlist of when I started trading, all my analysis I've been doing since 2022 right up to this point, from my old YouTube channel to this YouTube channel. It's all there. There is a lot to gain from there, trust me. Everything in there is for free. There is nothing to pay for, right? But soon I will be putting it at a price, because the information in that course it's premium, right, to be given out for free. So this is what we have on GBP USD. This is the right shoulder we are talking about. That price is coming to form before it drops off. Left shoulder, head, then right shoulder, right? Waiting for that right shoulder. That's a change of character right there. Waiting for the right shoulder to then fall off. That is what we're looking at on the weekly time frame. So we then go down to daily time frame. We'll go down to the smaller time frames to see possible entries. And I'm not gonna lie, I missed this entry on GBP USD, even though we analyzed it, right? But nevertheless, I think I did take the trade during the course of 1 week, which was last week. I think I did take the trade, but let's just see. I think I did take the trade, yeah. Okay, we are still in this downtrend on the daily time frame. That's why the buys are not really going as smooth, right? We're still in this downtrend on the daily time frame, so the buys won't be going as smooth as when the daily time frame is corresponding with the weekly time frame. You understand? So let's just see what we have here, and possibly we can catch the short buy to the upside. But if that doesn't happen, remember, we are just speculators, right? We don't move the market. Look at what happened here, guys. On GBP USD, just as analyzed, we wait for the change of character from that red bar and mark there on the last high. Wait for a pullback, then take the buy. I didn't take this buy from that pin down there. The reason is because it didn't give me my kind of entry. So if you want to know what my kind of entry is, still on the Forex course, it is there. Beginner to pro complete guide, right? So I can still see opportunities for buys. Let me just measure to know what lot size I'll be using. Is it worth it? These are the things I check before I even click buy or sell. You understand? You know how we do it here. We don't take any trade below 1:2. Anything 1:1.9, 1:1.8, we don't do that. 1:2 is the limit. Then we can go 1:20. You understand? That's if you get the opportunity, right? So, but anything less than 1:2, we are not interested. So I'm just measuring to see if the trade is worth taking, which I can see it's worth taking. But if I should set the stop loss where it is supposed to be, it is not worth it, right? So now, this trade is not my regular type of trade because I'm not setting the stop loss where it is supposed to be. But nevertheless, I will be going into the trade. Instead of risking 1%, I will just risk 0.5, right? So this is those kind of trade I rate as the B setup or D setup. It's not really complete like I would want to take a trade. So I think that's it for GBP USD. And I think that trade didn't really go well. This is another trade we are looking to take on card JPY. We're waiting for a bounce off that trend line or a pullback into the resistance that is now acting as a support, which is the blue line below right there. Yes, let me show you on the weekly time frame. That is it. That's it right there. As you can see, we're on an uptrend on the weekly time frame. So any pullback we are catching is just for the main time, not like we're on a downtrend, right? So yeah, so we're still waiting for the opportunity to buy maybe a bullish engulfing, something, something bouncing off that that trend line, right? We need something bouncing off. We don't want to catch the trend on the trend line and the trade on the trend line. We want to catch the trade at the bounce off. So we'll move it to the top just like we always do, just to keep it on our watch lists. NZD card, I can see a very beautiful opportunity here, which I think I did take this trade last week. I think I did take the trade. Yes, it's very beautiful. These are my trades that I would take on any time, any day. Right, but you know how we do, we come down to the weekly time frame, just some pre-analysis on what we've already done. The reason why I do this pre-analysis sometimes is for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, but you are not missing out. All trades are being recorded and they are in the free playlists in the channel, right? Just check out the playlist. You see beginner to pro Forex course. It's on my channel. Just check it out and trust me, you are good to go. So we're in the daily time frame. Fibonacci swing high to swing low, or swing low to swing high. You map out the golden zone, which is a 61.8 and 78.6. Map it out pretty nicely. You change the color to green, and to gold. So that just clears your doubts that okay, yes, in all boxes I have drawn here, this is my golden zone, right? Yes, making the charts easy to analyze and all. Just a pretty analysis. My analysis is very simple. We don't use any indicator or anything, even if we might use indicator, but trust me, we'll try to keep it as simple as possible. What I don't use, if you check all my videos, just like the playlist I have set up, you will see there is no indicators, all price action. Because during the ages, there was nothing like indicators, right? All these indicators were just formed after new the Gen Zs, I would say, start getting their hands on the market. So this is it right here. Trend line break, previous resistance turning into support with a bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour time frame. Whew. This is a trade I would take if you wake me up 12 o'clock in the midnight and you show me this analysis and say, what will you do? I will tell you buy. It's just one of those trades that is sure to work out. But at the end of the day, we are all speculators, right? We don't move the markets. All we do is we come, we look at opportunities, we take the trade. So just as we always do, I will always measure to see if the risk to reward is worth it. That's what I always do. And if you want to know what I use, it is the pending order, right? To just check my measurements to see if this trade is worth taking or not. So that is what I do. That's what I'm checking. This is a beautiful 1:2.5, which is not really bad. 2.2 or 2. Let's just say 2.1:2, right? Which is pretty decent. It's not really much, but it's decent. So that is what we are aiming for. I guess I didn't see this trade earlier on, I would have been on this trade even before the bullish engulfing candle formed, right? I just know how to catch trades from the beginning. So this is Euro GBP. For this pair, we're looking for sells. Weekly is already showing us head and shoulder pattern, which is very beautiful on the weekly time frame. We're just looking for bearish confirmations to start going south, right? Just looking for bearish confirmations to start going south. That is the retest happening there in the course of last week. A whole 1 week was a retest of the neckline. So when we start going south, trust me, we're going to enjoy a lot of pips from this particular pair, right? But of course, risk management gives you an edge, so you don't want to sleep on risk management. So this is me just setting the arrows to make sure it is straight. So GJ, we are looking for head and shoulder pattern as well on the weekly time frame, which gave us a very sweet buy. That was, I think, last 2 weeks or so. If you are not following up, you are missing. Trust me. We did enjoy some pips from this pair. That was last 3 weeks or so. It was a very beautiful buy. So you can just go check it out, and you get the experience on how we caught that buy as well. It was a very beautiful and simple analysis. Sorry for the noise in my background. If you can hear those noise just coming from my window. Still trying to fix everything up so that I can give you guys good analysis. Still trying to get my laptop, as I sold my old one. It's faulty and I can't keep fixing. And the laptop cannot take Windows 11. So it's just an old laptop, so I just have to, sell it off, and now we are working to get a new one. And if you feel the need to help, I would really appreciate, I want to give you guys that full screen analysis. So for now, I'm just doing my analysis on my phone. And that's it. So this is Euro USD. This is what I'm looking out for Euro USD as well. A head and shoulder pattern, because I can see a change of character on the weekly time frame. So this head and shoulder pattern is sure to happen, right? It's just so sure to happen. We just have to keep our eyes on Euro USD and make sure we don't sleep on it. The Forex market, the financial market works with time. So once you miss the timing, you've missed it. There's nothing you can do about it. Once you miss it, you've missed it. That's why in TradingView, they have this notification you set. You set notification, and when price gets there, you get notified so that you don't miss the trade. Yeah, you can't be on your screen every now and then. So we are taking the buy on NZD card. Bullish engulfing formed. Stop loss is being set. Trades are being taken. The rest is in the hands of the charts. We've done our analysis. Trend line break. Previous resistance turning support with a rejection with a bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour time frame. Trust me, even your mentor would take this trade. You can see my screen, no indicators, nothing. Just trend lines, support and resistance, Fibonacci, and that's it. Beautiful trade happening here. NZD card. We are in the trade already. We are in the trade. Remember, we did take a loss on NZD card. That was last 2 weeks. We did take a loss, which we saw a sell, but we didn't take it because we are already on a buy. Yes, we're already on a buy, so we didn't take the sell. So I think we're just adding more positions to the ones we already opened, because for some reason the network seized and the positions I was trying to open didn't open. So I think that's why we are just adding more. Setting the stop loss and TP. I'm just setting all the stop losses to make sure they are equal. Just making sure they are all equal. I mean, price just do what he wants to do, right? So let's go to another pair. This is CAD JPY. Bullish engulfing as well. Bouncing off that trend line like I told you guys previously. We are waiting for a bounce off that trend line. And as you can see, it's happening here. So we are just taking the buys. Right? Stop loss below that touch of the trend line. We aim to the high top of... There's a reason why I'm aiming to that level actually. There's a reason. I think that was the tip of the weekly time frame. That was the last high. So we're just aiming to that high. But you guys know when price gets to the 100% retracement, either we close partial profit or we move stop losses to break even. So I'm not going to bank all my lot size on that second TP, right? I will split it. Some TP will be at the 100% retracement, just like I'm doing right now. As you can see, trading is all about, knowing your edge and don't be greedy. When price gets to a certain level, close some of your profits or lock in the trade so that it goes from being a stop loss to break even trade. You understand? We don't move the market, so we just have to be careful what we do around here. So far, I'm editing this video after all this has played out, right? These trades didn't go as planned. They didn't go as planned. As you can see on NZD card, we had that crazy rejection that has made us move our stop loss, reduce the stop loss. You can see we've moved the stop loss to this level. From here, we've moved it up to, you see where the stop loss is right now, because price has come back to our entry, giving us signs of bearish, which I don't think we should be risking more or what we were risking initially on this trade. This pullback is a very strong signal for sales. The only luck we have is if this 1 hour candle should close bullish like this one right here. If it close bullish, then we can still go up, but if it close bearish, then this trade is a lost trade, right? This is what I say, guys. You can see everything can be checked out correctly, but yet you lose. So you just have to be smart in what you're doing. So far, CAD JPY is going pretty nice, but I think we later had a turnaround, which actually stopped us out as well. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe price is now going to the previous. Remember the weekly resistance that is now turning support. I think price is going to retest that weekly resistance, right, to now make it support. That was why this trade ended up in a loss. We entered at the bullish engulfing candle, just as you saw previously, but here we go. Price is coming to our stop loss, so all we have to do now is to close the trade manually, all right, so that we don't end up having any unnecessary loss this week. Crazy loss, I mean. Unnecessary crazy loss. So all my trades have been closed manually. As you can see, nothing is hidden. The trade didn't go well. It's part of the game. We move on. Right, we move on. So back to NZD card. We're going back to NZD card shortly. Stop those out as well. So subscribe. Peace.